Good morning and welcome to the Breakthrough Show with me, your host and Breakthrough partner, Brandon V. here on Carib 101 Radio, the radio show without boundaries. Welcome, everybody. Happy Monday. Happy Easter with all those people who celebrate first and foremost. I hope you didn't eat too much chocolate. I know I did, but I hope you didn't. That's the reason why I hope you didn't, because I ate too much. It was crazy. It was a beautiful, beautiful weekend. Listen, spring is here. I looked outside my window. And I saw this cherry blossom in the garden next door, in the yard next door. You Canadians call it yards. I call it garden, England, with my nice fresh cup of tea. And I'm looking at this cherry blossom. And I'm like, wow, this is beautiful. So we're just really enjoying that. Spring is here, guys. This is the time of rebirth. It works out so perfectly. Springtime. This is why it's meant to be here. Guys, I hope you had an amazing weekend. Today is a Monday. It is an Easter Monday. Everybody is off. Well, most people are off anyway. So enjoy the day. I hope you enjoy the day. I hope you can make this week more amazing than it was last week. And remember, if last week didn't work out quite the way you expected it to, there is a new week, okay? You're not a tree. You can change. You can move. You can do whatever it is that you need to do to change your circumstances from the week previous and take it better. But if it's better, great. But can you take it higher? 100%. Guys, I am so happy that you're here with me. So what we're going to say to you is, first and foremost, if you are listening in, you can listen in on any device, any tablet. So long as you can stream off the internet, you can stream off carib101.com on any tablet, any cell phone, on any whatever. Anything you can stream on, you can do that. The other thing you can do is that you can go to, we're actually currently broadcasting from Carib 101 Media Corp. So if you want to watch us in on Facebook, you've got 3 places to do that. You can go onto Carib 101 Media Corp and watch us live there. Or you can actually look at my Facebook page, my Facebook profile. I actually shared it there as well, which is Brandon Videlingen. That's Videlingum. I know. Let's see if you get it. The other place you can get it is from my guest. Look at my guys. You seriously have to tune in. You have to watch in Facebook Live, because this guy is an absolute powerhouse. When I say an absolute powerhouse, we're talking about master motivator. The guy was standing outside the door, and I could feel his energy from inside the studio. It was like a Jedi mind trick. Something I know he's here. I can feel him. But it was very, very exciting. And one thing I want to say is, this guy is going around and blowing up. He's doing some amazing, amazing things. He has his own company. He actually recently won a speaking competition. Now, I wouldn't say it's so much as a competition. It was a competition, but it was really like a talent search.
Right.
Who are we looking for? And this guy went out, did his thing, and blew it up completely, so much so that he took first place. And this was only like a week ago, right? A week or so, too.
Just like last Saturday, yeah.
Last Saturday. So we're so on, and because of that, just everybody's after this guy. Literally everybody's after this guy. So I had to fight to get him on the show. I'm like, listen, if I have to drag you in, you're coming in. So everybody, please help me welcome Mr. Armin Shafee. Woo!
Thank you.
How you doing, brother?
Doing really good. I actually walked in. I told Brendan, I'm a little nauseous. And he's like, why are you nauseous? I'm like, dairy, man. You can't be eating dairy. So he's talking about eating chocolate. Oh, man. I had some ice cream yesterday, and it's just body's not made to consume dairy, right? So my dad's not usually around dairy. I minimalize it a lot. So I had a little, and obviously my body's acting up and saying, Armin, don't do that again.
Yeah.
So.
But then he flipped it.
Yeah, no, that I came in here. I'm a master flipper, right? So I get people come to me with horrible situations in their life, and they're like, I want to get rid of it, or I want to switch it, or I want to change it.
Yeah.
And I have the ability to take horrible situations, turn them into blessings. So me and you, we did some priming right before this. And,
absolutely.
We got the mood switched. So
got
I'm excited.
the energy pumped up.
Yes.
I love it. I love it. Man, I tell you what, if you could stand inside the studio right now, you'd be like, dude, I'm just charged right now. Just sitting in the same building. So, Armin, okay, again, I say this all the time because it's so true. There's so many people who know you. There's so many people who know who you are, what it is you do, but there's a group of people who don't know who you are. So please tell us, where did the original Armin come from? I mean, what was the plan for Armin what was your thought pattern of what you wanted to be in life? Sometimes it's not what we want to be, it's what our parents want us to be.
Right.
So what was the original Armin's plan for life?
Well, when I was younger, when I was 8 years old, I wrote my first song.
You wrote a song?
I wrote a song. I was 8 years old. I couldn't go to bed. I had a crush on this girl.
So you're a singer?
And yeah, when I grew up, yeah, that was my aspiring singer. I was gonna be a famous singer. That was my dream.
Okay.
And I remember listening to Masari. You know Masari?
I know Masari.
No. I remember listening to Masari. I think it was like I don't know which song it was, like popping VIP bottles or something at the club, something like that. And I took that song and I rewrote it because I couldn't sleep. It was like 8 p.m. My mom was trying to make me sleep. I'm like, I can't go to bed, so I started writing the song.
You couldn't go to bed because you were in love.
I was in love, man.
How old were you at this time?
I was 8.
You were 8 years old?
8 years old, man. She was a Spanish girl.
Oh,
Latinas
dude.
have had my heart. Since
Okay, I get it. I totally understand now.
So I wrote my first song, and I went out to my parents. I'm like, look at this song. You know, it's so cool. And from that day, I don't know. I kind of wanted to be a rapper, a singer, and an artist, right? So I started taking like Eminem songs and redoing the lyrics. And
so you're a rapper too?
I mean, yeah. Well, you know.
He's like, no.
Well, to answer your question, growing up, it was more so towards art. So I am an artist still. Yeah. It's just my art is different now. It's people. But growing up, I just really wanted to be I could play the guitar. I could do so much music. And I wanted to grow up and get into that field. As you grow up, you realize, though, unless you're on the side of in charge of creating the music, you're a puppet of it. So I grew up very quickly around 14, 15. I had an opportunity to work with 2 producers that work with Universal Studios now. He was my teacher at my school, my middle school. So when I graduated, he's like, conflict of interest, you got to graduate first. I went and started working with him and his brother. And we started producing some like Justin Bieber quality type stuff. This was like 6 years ago. So it never went out because I didn't get enough time to go in with them and work with them. And when they got signed to Universal, they had to drop me because I was just a new artist, but they already had a panel of artists.
Dude, so you could have been Armin Bieber. You just pictured that for a right second, didn't you?
Stop it, Armin Bieber. Get out of town, man. Oh man, but that was my dream, man. I grew up and I'm like, I want to be a singer. I want to impact millions of lives, and I want to do it traveling and doing something I love to do. Because when I sing, like, my body gets numb, man. You know that feeling when you just love something and it's like uncontrollable.
You're just consumed by it completely.
It still happens. So that was the goal. Even my parents, they had stuff, but they were never strict on me.
What do they want you to do?
They, my dad occasionally would walk by and say, being a lawyer is really, pays well. And then, like, being a doctor really pays well.
Planting those seeds.
Little seeds. They never grew. He never watered them. So my mom was just always open to everything. Growing up, I was pretty much, like, I had a good, like, growing up in terms of how I got treated. It was nice. Yeah. It wasn't bad. I wasn't too hard. But, I still suffer from the normal struggles of a family that grows up, lack of money, all this stuff. So, but it's like in terms of my parents, really, like my mom really treated me well. Yeah. She taught me that I can get anything I want.
And that's good.
It's good because like I could have grown up spoiled because I did get spoiled growing up.
Okay.
But here's the thing: I took that, and as I grew up, I started to see my brother. He's 10 years older than me. My brother didn't get spoiled, so he worked for everything. So I started seeing that, and I'm like, I want to work for things. I want to be a man. Yeah. So I started to create situations in my life where it's harder for me. Okay. Just so I can feel like that muscle pain. And then I grew up, and I realized you can't just get everything you want by asking. Absolutely not. Because not everyone's your mother. Totally. However, I realized that I can still get everything I want. I just got to learn how to get it. Yes. So she taught me a lesson she indirectly didn't know she taught. And that's what I got this audacity that I can have anything I want in life. But now it's like, how do I do it myself? Yeah. So I don't expect it. I kind of work for it now, and people could vouch. Like I literally don't sleep. So
I know you don't sleep.
Yeah.
I know that for a fact. Okay, guys, we just want to take a second just to give some shout outs. Wayne Moland, brothers, happy Easter. Wayne Moland from the Echo Movement doing some big things. Watch out, he's got a track coming out with Marcus Mendoza. That's crazy. Dude, he let me listen to that, and I can't get that tune out of my head. It's so catchy. It's amazing. Yeah. Wayne doing some big things out there. Andrew Perry. This guy was on the show a couple of weeks ago. He was awesome. I love this guy's energy. He's an amazing realtor as well, but he's got some big things going on side. This guy's going to blow up on the speaker stage. He goes, my man. Here we go. It's about to throw down. Maximilian Moon, this is great. Now, you don't know who Maximilian Moon is. Let me tell you this story very quickly. I went down to Yorkdale Mall. I wasn't supposed to be there at Yorkdale Mall. But my wife said, "Hey, listen, I got a meeting that I got to do. Do you want to come down with the girls?" I'm like, "Sure, let me come down." Right. So I went down with the girls. I love Apple, so anything's got to do with Apple, I have to go to an Apple store if it's there. Okay, just because. So I walked in and I was like, "Okay, let me have a look at some of the Apple Watches because I want to see what's new and what's different." What the bands are. I walked in, this amazing guy with this great energy starts talking to me and starts, "Hey, can I help you?" Starts explaining all these things to me. And then I told him that I'm on radio, so, I can't keep on looking at my phone and this and that. And we started talking. This guy, he wants to start a podcast, which is basically to do with things like breakthroughs, talking to people, finding out what their life are, basically doing what I do on the radio, and we just connected. And you know that the universe brings people together for a reason. Wow. So Max is now listening in. So Max, welcome, brother.
What's
Appreciate you. Hey, we're going to get you connected with this guy right here. He's got some big things going on. Also, Devika says, yes, Armin. Selena Wong says, Armin, you are killing it. Love the connection you have with the radio host and with viewers. You should sing during the Reborn experience. Would love to see and hear this. Yes, me too, Selena. I totally agree. Wayne Wallace says, love you both. Neda E says, Armin is a powerhouse motivator. Yes, he is.
Natter's insane. He's one of the members in my 60-minute morning method. And he's just every single morning we do 7 a.m. wake-up calls. They're called morning mastery calls. And he's on every single morning. He's incredible energy. He sends me a voice note. I start feeling like I just smile.
Yeah.
Like you're seeing me right now, Natter. When you send me a voice note, I'm like this. This is good stuff, man. I love. You sound so loving. It's just beautiful.
That's amazing, amazing. Neda. Well done. And I'm not sure.
His name is Mustafa.
Mustafa?
Yeah, he's actually right now I believe he's in Lebanon.
Okay.
Good friend of mine went to high school with him.
Oh,
it's
broke it down. Mustafa.
Yes. What's up, brother?
Yes, Armin. Tell him. Oh, great. I love it. I love it. Guys, we're going to jump to a very, very quick commercial break. We're going to pay some bills. We will be back after these messages.
Are you getting married and looking for the right person to help? Well, CMJ Entertainment, Toronto's top event planning company, is there to help. They have everything you need to make your day special, with their top DJs, limousine service, videographer, and photographer. Or maybe you just need your decor for that wow factor. For all your entertainment and planning needs, call them at 416-414-8964 or online at cmjentertainment.com. Your one-stop shop.
You want to see and witness what pure sports and competition is like. When you come to Special Olympics, get involved because it's about choices and chances. The choice is yours to help or not help. The chance is that the Special Olympics athletes deserve a chance to compete. Without your help, that chance is hard to come by.
Special Olympics Ontario would like you to get involved. Go to peelgames2017.com/participate to find out how you can donate, participate, and volunteer.
Broker Financial Group Inc. Broker license number 12619. Whether you need a pre-approval, to refinance, or looking to renew your mortgage, call Charles Iodele. Charles Iodele has access to banks, trust companies, and private lenders to ensure you get the best unbiased mortgage plan every time. Charles Iodele will not only get you a mortgage, but help you find your dream home. Let Charles Iodele's experience and expertise work for you. Call mortgage agent Charles Iodele at 416-875-4523 or visit financesbycharles.ca.
Small business owners, don't miss this unique networking event. It's the Toronto Caribbean Business Social, Sunday, May 7th at the Pearson Toronto Convention Center, hosted by comedians Mark Trinidad and Jay Martin. Experience keynote speeches by Mishi Me, Maestro Fresh West, Daniel Lewis, and more. Live performances by Mishi Me, Carlos Morgan, Chelsea Stewart, and the Tropicana Queens. You could win over $15,000 in tools to help propel your business. Network with influential entrepreneurs and prominent business owners. The Toronto Caribbean Business Social, Sunday, May 7th at the Pearson Toronto Convention Center, 2638 Steeles Avenue East, Brampton. For tickets, visit eventbrite.ca or call 647-722-6298.
Good morning and welcome to the Breakthrough Show with me, your host and Breakthrough partner, Brandon V. here on Carib 101 Radio, the radio show without boundaries. If you are watching in, thank you so much. If you're commenting, thank you so much. Neda says, I love the 60 MMM, but we're going to get into that. That's yet to come. Okay, so my special guest, Armin Shafee, this guy is blowing up. Tell us about, okay, so you were in that position. Take us that little step further from where you were.
from where I was in terms of when I was growing up.
Yeah.
So I grew up and I started to do music. So here's where I learned my independent skills. I worked with two producers, and
Okay.
then I was always like constantly on their schedule. I hated it.
Yeah.
Then I came out and I tried to work with another one, and I just hated it because we did some really good stuff though. That guy still owes me a couple songs that I recorded. I mean, it was good
like, yo,
music. It was
dude.
some good tracks, man. Some songs that I still think would actually be a hit. Like it was really good music.
Yeah.
I'm just like, you know what? I don't want to rely on people.
Yeah.
So I went home and I was like 15 or 16, and I started watching YouTube. And I learned how to use something called Logic Pro 9. It's a very professional software, audio engineering software. And then I started to use Final Cut Pro for movie editing. So so over the course of a year, all I did was just learn all these, how to do my own stuff, mix it, how to master it, everything. So I started getting so good at like 16. I had like these like friends of mine in high school, these gangsters I would like to call them, who would pay me $20 an hour, come into my home studio, my basement, which was, you know, just pretty much $300 of equipment, from a mic to a pop filter, a shock mount, just like this, with my laptop, my Mac. It was like, and $20 an hour, they were just, all they did was give me instrumentals, and I would play their music. They would record their songs over it, and I would mix it, put some like gun sounds in the back for them, you know, make it all gangster for them. And I started making a business off that. I didn't even notice, but I was an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that,
Yeah.
right? And then now I look back, I'm like, well, I was doing this since day one.
100%.
I went from that to learning how to DJ, because I'm like, what's better than getting paid tons of money for a night, having fun, making a house rock, eating free food? I'm like, let's do that. So I started to do these gigs, right? Like $300-$400 a night, which is actually cheap for DJs. But I was like 16. I'm like, whatever, come out. And I bought a controller. Funny story how I was able to afford that controller. Oh man, it was like a DJ mixer, right?
Yeah.
I did some crazy hustling. I'm talking about, I took like a phone that I had and I flipped and traded for things, and I sold those for more, and I made like $300 off a $100 phone.
Nice.
It was insane. I did it in a matter of a week. I'm like, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna get this controller, and I did it.
Yeah.
And I had the controller. I'm like, wow, you know, this is cool. And
like, I
started
made it happen.
And I made my money back in like 2 weeks. So
Okay.
I started to get into music and doing business for entertainment. I loved entertainment. I loved performing, and I would MC at these parties. It was house parties and like,
Okay.
you know, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Not house parties, but I'm saying banquet halls
Yeah.
and stuff like that. Something
Okay.
that, you know, more professional. Then I went from there and I moved. So I grew up in Scarborough. 6 years.
Okay.
And then from there I moved to Newmarket.
Okay.
And in Newmarket, it was a whole new market. It was new. So we had all these new people, and contrary to most people where they feel nervous when they move, I felt super excited.
Okay.
Because I wanted to get new people, new friends. I'm like, okay, let me go out and make a new name for myself. So I went there, and I got to live out the 3 years of my high school years that I felt like was not good at all in Scarborough,
Yeah.
and the 1 year I had there.
Okay.
So I went through a series of different experiences, and then I got introduced to business. So funny enough, my first ever business was a network marketing company. And I went there and I started learning what business even is. Like I never thought about it. Before that, I was completely lost. I just knew I wanted to do music, but I tried to do the YouTube game. I have a video that hit like 70, 80,000 views. I had another one that hit like 30. I did a cover on a song, and I like cloned myself on the screen.
Okay.
It was insane. Like I was going, I don't sleep.
Yeah.
So I made gold, right? But I had a guy, some random guy, started taking my videos off YouTube, putting it on his own channel, and flagging my videos down. So I'm sitting there, I'm like, I'm putting all this work in, my videos are getting deleted, and some random guy in Serbia is putting, his name was Thomas Sanchez, and he was singing the I'm like, what is going on? So I got afraid. I'm like, I'm not going to make music anymore because this guy keeps taking my stuff.
Yeah.
I'm completely frauding all my stuff. So I'm like, whatever, and I quit there. And then I got introduced to business like a year later.
Okay.
Funny enough, Brandon, I was working in a job that I didn't really need. I just got a job to meet people. I was bored. And one day on a Saturday, out of 5 employees, this random old, really cute old guy walks, like 70 years old. And he, my manager's like, go help him out. I'm like, me? Like, there's 5 other people. And she forced me, and I went. This guy ended up being a person who prospected me for a network marketing company.
Nice.
Then I met with him. I took a huge risk. He's like, come after this. I'll drive you because you want to go to your friends. I'll drive you to a coffee shop. We'll do everything, and I'll drop you off. I'm like, well, you're kind of a stranger. I was taught not to go into cars with strangers. But then I'm like, you're old, so
I can handle myself.
I can handle myself. I got in his car. We got into a second cup, and he showed me this business.
Yeah.
It was Amway. Amway, man. We're talking about soaps, pans, pots.
Dude, I
shampoo.
don't think there's anybody out there who hasn't partnered with Amway at some point or other in their life.
So I'm going there. I didn't care about the business. What I saw is the education you taught me.
Yes.
So you taught me the Robert Kiyosaki cash flow quadrant, how money's made. And I just sat there and I looked and I'm like, wait, I'm an E. That's
Yeah.
not good. It's the last thing you want to be. And I'm like, how do I become a B or an I?
Yes.
So I'm sitting there. I'm like, I'm an employee. I got to go to self-employed to go to business to investor.
Yeah.
So that inspired me. I walked out. I made a video on my phone walking to my friend's house. And I'm like, today is like November, I don't know, like October 28th,
Yeah.
2014 or something, 13. And I'm like, I'm just making this video, Armin, because you're gonna be a millionaire. I'm just walking home like, you're going to be a millionaire. Your life just started. This is what just happened.
Yeah.
I deleted the video by accident, but I remember making the video.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I was from then on, I was like, no, this is like, I'm going insane. I got to do like, this is going to be the big thing. So I went and like showed it to everyone. I became that guy.
Yeah.
And I went from that business to multiple other ones. And I did well in some of them. Then I started to learn how to public speak because you do events in these companies.
have to.
So I started to inspire like young people in another one, not Amway. It was a different company. And I started to inspire these people, and I fell in love with showing them the financial education and saying, come with me. So I recruited like 14 people that were all like subscribed to coming because of me.
Yes.
Really not the business.
No.
From there, I learned the spark of like, I can impact people. And what happened was connecting it to my childhood singer dream. I was starting to live my dream of being this artist, but through impacting lives through business.
100%.
So it was this cool mix where I'm like, I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it.
Right?
It was this cool mix where I'm like, I can still live my dream, but be selfless. Because selfishness and being an artist is like, it's about your music.
Yeah.
And impacting others.
It's about how you get paid.
Exactly. And I'm like, I can help people and still feel what I feel off making music.
100%.
So I just fell in love. Ever since that day, I went through multiple different businesses, but I've always wanted to be a speaker. I always wanted to like do this crowd impacting, work with people.
Because you're changing people's lives. And see, this is the thing. And you hit on network marketing, because network marketing is one of my passions.
Right.
One of my absolute passions.
Cool, I didn't know.
18 years in the business.
Nice.
Okay. And I love it because this is the thing that I've seen so much. And people don't realize how many people who have sat inside this chair, have been on this show, who have come and born out of a network marketing career. Because what it does, it gives you financial education.
Yeah.
It gives you an education on how to deal with people.
Right.
But it also puts you in front of people to hear people's stories, to be like, hold on a second, I never knew there was this issue out there.
Yeah.
And so many people are hurting. And you have a vehicle and a way to help them out of it.
Yeah, of course.
And that takes the focus off you. Because sometimes, I mean, to start off with, most of the time it's about you.
Right.
But once you start getting somewhere, then it comes off you because you realize, well, I can't, because if you give people what they want, you'll get what you want.
Of course.
So, but when you focus on them, that's what you get. And that's when you become selfless and you start to give and you give and you give. And then it expands your mind, but more importantly, it expands your heart and your soul.
Yeah.
To realize that you have something, but then it gives you the skill set that you need.
Absolutely.
To be able to take it to the next level, right?
Absolutely. You learn something. I mean, I'm not in network marketing now. I feel like everything is that.
100%.
But I'm not in one company right now. I just built my own business.
Yeah.
In my seminars and my coaching and speaking. But if there's one thing I think that industry teaches for someone who has no idea, like for me, I didn't know anything.
Yeah.
I got shown to this industry that I never knew existed. And then, by the way, when I realized it existed, I thought, who was the genius who created this model?
Exactly, right?
You're paying people to share a product they like. I'm like, this is like top level stuff, man. And then I
100%.
realized it's been around for 100 years. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, wow, I didn't even know. But
Yeah.
if there's one thing that you learn off going into business or even network marketing, it's servant leadership if you do it the right way. So I was in a good team in my company. I was in VIMA. It was vitamins, essential minerals, mangosteen, aloe vera. I still remember because I remember the script like
That's
this.
it, yeah.
But it was a nutrition company. And the team I was in was really good. I realized there was other teams that weren't that good.
Yeah.
So leadership in mine was awesome. And I saw so much success in leadership, and I learned, I'm like, I gotta model that.
Yeah.
So I learned from the culture I went into, not from the company I was in mostly. Do you see what I'm saying? So
100%.
and you can create that culture in anywhere, in an
Absolutely.
employee-based place, in your own business, in your family. You can make that kind of culture.
Yeah.
So if there's anything you learn from getting into that kind of business, it's servant leadership.
100%.
How to get what you want by giving people what they want.
Absolutely.
Right. So
Absolutely.
that's huge.
Beautiful. Guys, we're going to, wow.
Time flies.
He touched on something. Guys, we're going to jump to a quick commercial break, but we're going to be back and we're going to start talking to Mr. Shafee about what he's doing now, about what he's just really helping people. Okay?
Cool.
So we'll catch you after these messages.
Yeah.
Are you getting married and looking for the right person to help? Well, CMJ Entertainment, Toronto's top event planning company, is there to help. They have everything you need to make your day special, with their top DJs, limousine service, videographer, and photographer. Or maybe you just need your decor for that wow factor. For all your entertainment and planning needs, call them at 416-414-8964 or online at cmjentertainment.com. Your one-stop shop.
You want to see and witness what pure sports and competition is like. When you come to Special Olympics, get involved because it's about choices and chances. The choice is yours to help or not help. The chance is that the Special Olympics athletes deserve a chance to compete. Without your help, that chance is hard to come by.
Special Olympics Ontario would like you to get involved. Go to peelgames2017.com/participate to find out how you can donate, participate, and volunteer.
Creating a vital, healthy, informed community is a group effort, and at the heart of it, you'll find the Toronto Caribbean newspaper, focusing on the needs of the community, seeking out relationships with businesses and organizations which share in that same mission. The Toronto Caribbean newspaper is fueled by committed people who are passionate about building a better tomorrow by empowering the community, by adding value, by instilling self-worth, and by showcasing the cultural identity of our beautiful and ethnically diverse community. The Toronto Caribbean newspaper. Stand tall and be proud. Call 647-722-6298 or visit torontocaribbean.com. Small business owners, don't miss this unique networking event. It's the Toronto Caribbean Business Social, Sunday, May 7th at the Pearson Toronto Convention Center, hosted by comedians Mark Trinidad and Jay Martin. Experience keynote speeches by Mishi Me, Maestro Fresh West, Daniel Lewis, and more. Live performances by Mishi Me, Carlos Morgan, Chelsea Stewart, and the Tropicana Queens. You could win over $15,000 in tools to help propel your business. Network with influential entrepreneurs and prominent business owners. The Toronto Caribbean Business Social, Sunday, May 7th at the Pearson Toronto Convention Center, 2638 Steeles Avenue, East Brampton. For tickets, visit eventbrite.ca or call 647-722-6298.
Good morning. I love it how this rolls. Good morning. Welcome to the Breakthrough Show with me, your host and Breakthrough partner, Brandon V, here on Carib 101 Radio. Guys, we just want to welcome you and say thank you for spending some time with us. There's some people out there who want something, and I trust you. It's coming. It's coming. There's no way I can let this show end without this happening. So trust me, it's coming, and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. So let's talk about. Okay, so you it's beautiful. You went through. You're a creative person.
Right.
You have this creative side through the music, through artistry, through rapping, through creating. Music, putting it up. You're a born entrepreneur. Okay, so all this is kind of fused into your DNA.
Yep.
And then you find the next step, which is network marketing, which you got introduced to. You took a step. It taught you so much as far as business is concerned and understanding how business operates in the real world.
Yeah.
And educating you on how to run a team.
Right,
how to promote yourself, how to promote events, how to do things in a great way.
Yep.
to expand and network yourself.
Yeah,
as
absolutely.
it were. Okay, so with that, you kind of get to the point where you're like, okay, I got some stuff. I got some stuff here inside me that I feel, because again, you're creative, so you're always thinking of things.
Of course.
You're looking at things, and that's what entrepreneurs do. They're always looking at situations and thinking, how can I fix that? How can I make it better? How can I change this? How can I?
Right.
And you've got this in you. Take us through that journey after network marketing. What kind of was the catalyst that took you into your thought pattern of where you wanted to go?
So up until the age of 18, I was doing just a ton of sales. Mm-hmm. So I did every type of sales you can imagine.
Okay.
I went from networking to I've done door to door. I built real muscle in door to door sales.
Okay.
Yeah. A lot of the greats say that 2 years of door to door is like 4 years of communication courses, like through college or university.
Yeah.
So I went through I was doing it since I was 15. You know, like Toronto Star newspapers. When I was 15, I'm like, I really got to help my mom out. I gotta help, I gotta help my parents out.
Absolutely.
And I just went out and I did the most sketchiest thing, got in a van with a random guy, and he would drop a bunch of kids off in neighborhoods. And I mean,
That is so
I was making
sketchy.
like $150 to $250 a week.
Yeah.
And I was 15, so I'm like,
That's cake.
it's crazy. So I went to so many different sales. I tried telemarketing. I started training teams and door to door.
Okay.
And my turning point was this. Up until 18, I was working with a big company in terms of door to door, and I became like the manager.
Okay.
So I was like this sales leader, right? And I had like one of the best days of my life. I was promoted to like top position in the office. I made the most sales. You know, I won the competition, whatever it was.
Yeah.
And then that day I started, I was hanging around with just not the right people, doing not the right things, not being the right person.
Yeah.
And what happened was that same day, I did a lot of things to celebrate.
Okay.
Okay. Things that, I would never do today. It's just not my standard.
Absolutely.
And 3 a.m, I'm driving home from this wonderful day where I just got promoted. Right, it's the best day of my life, right? I felt invincible. And I'm driving home 3 a.m, and my eyes shut behind the wheel.
Oh.
And I was 2 stoplights away from my house, and I crashed my car. So my car went straight into a utility pole. I fell asleep behind the wheel, it spun, hit a fire hydrant, and I landed. I stopped on the edge of a hill going into a parking lot. I was alive. Yeah. But it was like I was bruised ribs, broken fingers, and I remember it was traumatizing. If there was a passenger in my car that day, they would not be alive. Yeah. That's how bad I hit it. And this has never been heard before. I'm about to share it on Carib 101 radio, just
a breakthrough
exclusive
show,
stuff.
bro. The breakthroughs
I'm
come
about
in
to give
half.
some breakthrough. No one knows this, but here's how much it's scary but powerful. The things you say and the things you think create and manifest in your life. 3 weeks before that, what had happened was I was making jokes with my 2 friends at the time where we would drive really fast on the highway, and we would be saying something like, young savage, look at this guy driving so fast. We would say that all the time. 3 weeks later, when I crashed my car, it's going to give you chills. When I came out of the car, I realized that I had crashed at the intersection of Yonge Street and Savage Road. I'm not even kidding with you. I'm not even kidding with you.
No!
I had crashed right at the intersection of Yonge Street and Savage Road.
Bro, if that is not a wake-up call of the universe slapping you around the head saying, boy, don't play.
I walked out when I realized, because I went back the next day to see the pieces on the ground, and, I came back and I'm like, I did not just crash at Yonge and Savage Road. And I was like shocked. I'm sitting there, I'm like, okay, I get it. I get it.
I heard it.
I heard. I'm hearing
Loud
you. I'm
and
hearing
clear.
you. I'm hearing you. So since that day, I've become so alert. I went through an experience in that crash where I truly felt like I died, because when it came out, I felt reborn.
Yes.
When I look back at that, I was a whole different person after that. I quit the job I was in that I was making money in, like a lot of money. Yeah. I quit that job. I went for 4 months. I went unemployed, but all I did was I got introduced to the physics of thought, and I started to read these books. I started to listen to these audio tapes that are hours long on a day-to-day basis, going for walks and literally just brainwashing myself, because my brain was very dirty and needed a washing. Yeah. And I started to learn how to create things with my thoughts, and I'm like, okay, let me practice this out. For 4 months, it was tough because I didn't work. And I was in this stage of I'll just create things with my mind and not work. And I was there. I was the guy.
Attraction.
I was the guy.
Action.
I was sitting in the middle of a grass field with no shirt on like this.
That was you.
That was me. And I'm like, I'm gonna attract wealth into my life. That was me. And
did it work?
Small things came in.
Yeah.
People started paying for my gas out of nowhere. I'm serious. Small miracles were happening. I won
Absolutely.
a tiny little lottery.
Yeah.
But not substantial, because I realized actions have to be in line with your thoughts, or else you don't believe it, so therefore it doesn't come in. There was resistance. So I started to learn this stuff, and I really suffered. I went through 4 months. I'm like, okay, I made the right decision. I'm being happy every day. I'm being positive. I'm creating vibrations that should bring in all these manifestations in my life. Yeah. What the hell? I'm sitting there. I'm like, why am I broke? And it was tough, man. Brandon, it was tough, man. 4 months. And I finally had this breaking point where I got an opportunity to go travel Western Canada and do sales, and things were paid for. Okay. So I'm like, all right, I just got to find the money for my flight. That's it. I went out there and I vlogged every single day of my life because I knew I would change it. I made one video. No one knows this again. I'm dropping some personal stuff. We're really getting personal.
We are getting some exclusives here.
I have a video on my YouTube that's private. No one can see it. I'm planning on releasing it 10 years from now. I made a video talking to myself before I left this trip. And it was 15 minutes, and I essentially made the video, and I looked at myself. I'm like, Armin, I want to let you know where you're at right now. And 4 months from now, when you come back and you see this video, I want to thank you because I know how hard you worked. I know how much you've done. I know how far you are. And you're probably in the dream body right now, making money. And I'm like, you're probably doing so well, but don't ever forget where you came from. Remember this feeling because it sucks. And I watched that video 3.5 months after, and I watched it the day that I bought tickets for my parents to go to the Bahamas with me, with the money I've earned that I saved. I watched it the day where I felt accomplished. I was flying back home with all debt paid off, everything. And I saw this video. I just had this moment. And I was like in northern Alberta. And I'm just like, wow.
Yeah.
And life, you need to create things like that or else it's not really that exciting.
Yes.
So you got to create these things. So I went through that transition. Once I came out of that, I went straight into creating my own company.
Okay.
And we did consulting for 2 big companies, one $50 million office company, another one.
Bro, I'm still buzzing from that whole story.
Oh, yeah.
I'm still buzzing from that. It's crazy. We just want to give a quick shout out to Faria.
Yeah.
Great show, guys. And Eda says, the energy of this show is massive.
Chills.
Hashtag chills. Yeah.
It's
Glad
crazy.
that we're impacting people. This is amazing. This story. And you know what? When you said that when you said that you created a video,
Yeah.
I created a video in one of my lowest points in my life.
Incredible.
Talking to people and talking to my future self.
Beautiful.
And I get what that is because
Yeah.
I've watched it a few times.
Really gets you going.
It really puts you, because you know sometimes when you get to that stage, I mean, it could be like literally 3 or 4 steps from where you are. But if you get to that step and you forget where you were, you're standing in a different vibration and you lose the original vibration. That's creation.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
So sometimes you have to stand back in that to be like, this is where creation stands.
Absolutely.
So move on.
It's incredible. Yeah, no. And I titled the video Message to My Future Self or Future Armin. I made another one, by the way, last year, in September. So this was like a year after that video. Actually, a year and a half. I made another one saying, like, really long term. I'm like, I just saw this video. It was 3 a.m. I was making this video, and my eye bags were big. And I'm like, I feel so proud of myself. I'm sitting in my office. No one's there.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I made this video. I'm like, dude, I love you so much. Like, you put so much work in. No one knows what you go through. No one knows. Like, they can't even begin to imagine how much you're dedicated to making everything you want in your life come true.
Because you had to go through a lot of breakdowns
much,
to
man.
get to the breakthroughs, right?
People don't get it. Like, they want the life, but not the scars.
Yes.
You know, and the scars are beautiful, but
100%.
it hurts.
Yes.
And it's a painful, but it hurts.
But it's an education.
But it's like the gym, right? You go in, you feel the sore of the muscle, right? You feel the pain in the muscle, then it grows. And people don't want to feel the pain. And I think pain's beautiful. I think pain's muscle.
Yeah.
You know, I think suffering and is wisdom.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, I pride myself in the ability to take horrible things and just turn them amazing. So because the ones who want to ignore it or avoid it it's delusional.
Yes.
You can't. You
can't.
cannot avoid it, especially if you're trying to build a business, guys. Your whole job is to solve problems. You can't avoid problems. You have to solve them. So I became a solutionist.
And you get paid the big bucks based on the size of the problem that you solve.
Exactly. So I went after that. I started my company, and I was good at it, but I had no passion in it. And you know, I went on this endless. A lot of people could relate to this. I went on like this endless journey of like, I'm doing good. I'm making money. I'm making these deals, but I'm like, you know, like I really don't care. And I had a whole year last year where I was involved with extraordinary human beings.
Okay.
We created an organization. I was a part of something. We developed ourselves. I started to study successful Forbes 100 CEOs, companies. I started to study, you know, laws, and we really like a school.
Yeah.
We built ourselves as human beings, and that's where I got a lot of the muscle I have in business now.
Nice.
And I went through all that, and then around the end of last year is when I decided to start Reborn. And truth be told, the turning point was I went to an event. It was a Tony Robbins event, a seminar.
Yes.
It was 4 days, okay? This guy doesn't pee, he doesn't sleep, he doesn't sit down. 12 hours straight.
Pure
sits down,
100%
4 days
Terminator
in a row.
machine.
I went to that event, and 90% of the stuff he was teaching, I knew. So I'm like, why do I feel so good? And I'm sitting there, and I'm like, 10% of it was exercises I've never done in my life, and those are big. But I'm like, how come he's teaching things that I already know, but I feel so different? And it hit me. Information doesn't change people. Experiences do.
100%.
So I got so inspired. I see this man, 56 years old, on stage in front of 11,000 people, like crying his eyes out, and everyone's just loving him. And I just felt like this unreal energy. I'm like looking around. I'm like, what is this? What's this magic happening here? And I've never gone to a seminar before like this. I only went to like smaller workshops. I read self-help books, like my own books. I study books, like I write them down like a textbook. I've been mentored. That's where I got all my wisdom and my knowledge from. I've always been self-taught, but it was my first time going to a seminar where like it was like this intense.
Experience.
And I just made a decision. He put us in a peak state, and I was there, and I'm like, he's like, make a choice right now that you've never made. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, what would it be? And the brain likes to justify, like, what is right? What should it be? And I just shut my brain up, and I'm like, pen to paper. I will build a seminar business. I will coach people. I will speak. I will impact people. And I'm like, I will do what Tony does. So I started my momentum in this business off modeling Tony.
Yes.
Because he was like my inspiration.
Absolutely.
And then I got my own style.
You found you.
Right. So my first ever seminar, I was open about it. I said, okay, I'm going to be teaching you a ton of stuff I learned from Tony's. Because when I came back, I was inspired. I'm like, this is what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
And I started to learn all of his courses. I came back, I took his Robbins Bindana's courses, Creating Lasting Change courses, all of his virtual courses. I took all of them. Yeah. And I learned everything about how he breaks patterns, the psychology of it, how he does it all.
Okay.
So I started to produce these results for people for free. They come in, I do it, and I'm like, I had a person who was like, who smokes weed and really was like feeling low when I was with him, and he's like, I really want to go home and like smoke a joint and just do nothing. I'm like, no problem. And I did like 1 hour with him.
Yeah.
I just really I did some work with him. Absolutely. And he's like, I feel like I should just clean up my shop here. And I'm like, you probably should. And he started doing it. He cleaned it up. Next time I saw him, he's like, bro, I feel amazing. So there's like, I started doing it with these people. I had a girl from Paris that was visiting Canada.
Okay.
Coincidence.
Yeah.
Came to my meetup. She was the only person that showed up, and she was a shy girl. And I just transformed her perception of herself because I realized her childhood psychology and where it all started. And now she's home. She's in Paris. She's like a fan, man. She's like on my program and sharing it with people there. So I started to create these results, and then people started asking me, why aren't you charging? So my whole goal was, I'm like, I'm not going to charge people. I want to do this to help people. Yeah. But then I'm like, until someone says, why aren't you? Yeah. I won't do it. And then I had people start asking. They come to my seminar for free. They're like, this is worth this much. And I'm like, no problem. And then we started doing more and more. And then now we have this thing called the Reborn Experience.
But you see, that's the key. That's the key. You did it the perfect way around. There's so many people out there who say, I have something. I'm creating a platform. I'm going to charge for this. Because it's about the money.
Yeah.
How much money. I'm creating this business to make money. Whereas what you did first and foremost is that you delivered value first.
Absolutely.
You kept on delivering value and value and value till people saw how much. So it raised up to what people's expectation was, and it started to surpass it.
Absolutely.
Once it starts to surpass, people are like, I'm coming to this. I want it to be free, but I'm getting so much out of this, I feel the necessity to have to pay.
Absolutely.
You should be charging. When somebody else tells you that, you are delivering more value than you are charging.
100%. 100%.
That's huge.
100%.
That's huge.
You got to do it that way.
Or
else you will have no integrity or confidence in yourself. So I was just against charging. And all the people I was working with, even Faria, she was the first person to work with me on my entire business. And without her, I probably wouldn't have started a lot of the stuff.
Well done, Faria.
Yeah, no, Faria's huge help. And I met her at Marcos's birthday. That I had a really bad morning one morning, and I shared it on my 7 a.m. morning mastery call today. Yeah. But I had a really bad morning, and I ended up going to an event that Marcos, it was his birthday, and I met Faria there, and it was just a weird coincidence. Dwayne Richards made me write down a goal, and the goal ended up putting me on stage, and then I had all these people give me their business cards to help me, and it was incredible how it manifested. And I think now I'm like, what an amazing morning it was then, because it made me go to this event.
Absolutely. Everything happens for a reason to push you into particular
and they're
direction.
all saying it, right? Faria was like, you should be charging X amount of dollars a thing. I'm like, wait, I don't want to charge. I want people to come and be like, this guy can give me results. Because I'm like, if I don't get you the results, even now, when people work with me, you don't pay me until I'm done and until you feel like it was worth it. So people have the option to walk out, and I'm proud to say no one's ever walked out and not paying me. Nice. So it's like it's an equal benefit thing. I feel like respected for the time I've given, because I do 3 hours in a session with someone, and then the person walks out like, oh my God, I've never felt this way before. So I'm humbled, man. It's like a long road. We just went from all the way from young till now. But I truly feel like I'm at the tip. It's like where it is now. I'm like perfect. It's like I live it. I'm like enjoying it. I'm experiencing it. I get to do what I love. This does keep me up in the mornings. I do care about what I do. And I get to see the benefits and the fruits of my labor in other people. It's incredible. Like, I truly do feel like I fell into the right exact place I had to fall into.
Legacy,
man.
That's what it's about. It's about legacy.
It's all about it.
Because it's coming from you and you're feeding it into people. And where they walk, you walk too.
Absolutely.
Right?
And you build unity with people, community. It's incredible.
Wow. Guys, we're going to go to a very, very short commercial break. And we're going to be back. And we're going to be talking a bit more about Reborn and what's actually happening now, what's coming for the future with my special guest, Armin Shafee. We'll be back after these messages.
Are you getting married and looking for the right person to help? Well, CMJ Entertainment, Toronto's top event planning company, is there to help. They have everything you need to make your day special. With their top DJs, limousine service, videographer, and photographer. Or maybe you just need your decor for that wow factor. For all your entertainment and planning needs, call them at 416-414-8964 or online at cmjentertainment.com. Your one-stop shop.
You want to see and witness what pure sports and competition is like. When you come to Special Olympics, get involved because it's about choices and chances. The choice is yours to help or not help. The chance is that the Special Olympics athletes deserve a chance to compete. Without your help, that chance is hard to come by.
Special Olympics Ontario would like you to get involved. Go to peelgames2017.com/participate to find out how you can donate, participate, and volunteer.
Are you getting married and looking for the right person to help? Well, CMJ Entertainment, Toronto's top event planning company, is there to help. They have everything you need to make your day special. With their top DJs, limousine service, videographer, and photographer. Or maybe you just need your decor for that wow factor. For all your entertainment and planning needs, call them at 416-414-8964 or online at cmjentertainment.com. Your one-stop shop.
Small business owners, don't miss this unique networking event. It's the Toronto Caribbean Business Social, Sunday, May 7th at the Pearson Toronto Convention Center. Hosted by comedians Mark Trinidad and Jay Martin. Experience keynote speeches by Mishi Me, Maestro Fresh West, Daniel Lewis, and more. Live performances by Mishi Me, Carlos Morgan, Chelsea Stewart, and the Tropicana Queens. You could win over $15,000 in tools to help propel your business. Network with influential entrepreneurs and prominent business owners. The Toronto Caribbean Business Social, Sunday, May 7th at the Pearson Toronto Convention Center, 2638 Steeles Avenue East, Brampton. For tickets, visit eventbrite.ca or call 647-722-6298.
Good morning and welcome to the Breakthrough Show with me, your host and Breakthrough partner, Brandon V, here on Carib 101 Radio. Rocking it live with my man, Mr. Armin Shafee, who is just taking us through his journey. And man, what a journey it's been. We just want to give a couple of shout outs here. We want to say, Neda says the energy of this show is massive chills. We've got Candice, Crandon, Pello. I'm not sure if I'm saying that correctly. I'm sorry. She said, so inspiring. Langview, good friend of mine, brother, saying good to be here with you, Armin and Brandon. We got another guy, Paul Moore. Sorry I'm late, but I'm here. Also, we want to say hi. We want to say hi to Nora Barr. Thank you for listening in, Nora. Wilma, Kayon, Farah, obviously, Andrew, Priya Ali, hi. Thanks for tuning in. Guys, we're having an amazing time. So we don't have too much long left. So I want to just really get into this. Jonathan Andrew says, crushing it. Yes, this guy
Jonathan.
Guy's doing it.
He's good.
I want to find out. Okay, so tell us about Reborn. Tell us about what's happening now, what you're going on now, and what we have to look forward to.
Cool. So when I went through my crash, I went through a realization, and it's always been in the back of my mind, and now it's like I'm really using it to change lives. Okay. So in Reborn, I realized that when I came out of the crash, when you're about to die, your brain does something very, very interesting. It cuts through all the BS. You don't think about what's happening last week and who said what to you. You're not thinking about this thing you might be scared of happening tomorrow. You just stop everything and you become present. So I'm saying when you're about to die, when you're in that state of mind, you really become real with yourself. And you start to focus and the prioritization becomes like the true way you want it to be. So I realized when I came out, I'm like, what's the first thing I thought about? I thought about what happened to my family if I died. And that really touched me. I'm like, this can't happen. And the fire under me was like, I got to make sure that I can leave this world fulfilled. So I've successfully reached a point now that I can say, if I were to die, Brandon, right now in this very spot, like right now, I would have died a very happy person. because if I look back at my entire life, I can only see great things. So that is something that's it's humbling to say, but I feel like most people can't answer that. Because now in my seminars, I have this theme where I'll ask people, even in my speech, right, that I want a dynamo entrepreneur, shout out to James Ert.
Yes, James.
Where I start my speech with, if you were to die right now, would you be fulfilled with your life? Would you be fulfilled with what you did, what you had, or who you were? Because speaking as someone who nearly did die, I got to tell you, if the answer to that question is not a strong yes, then you might very well already be dead, but inside. So I start with that because in my seminars as well, people are just in their head. I bring them out of their head into their heart by asking them a question, because you could guide the mind with questions. So the focus goes to what's real. And what I do is I make people very present. So most people lack the clarity of why they're alive, or lack the clarity of their purpose. I suffered from that a long time. Like a long time. Even in my music, it was good too, but I felt victimized from the industry. But it was still my purpose. Then I went for this long 3-4 years of like, I'm just doing things. I have no passion. Even when I started a company, I started becoming successful at it. I'm like, I still have no passion. And I realized it's because I'm not being real with myself in prioritization or doing what I really love.
For sure.
And I realized if I had 6 months to live, what would I do first? I wouldn't just wake up and do what I always do. Like, you're not going to wake up and go to work. You're not going to wake up and just have breakfast normally. No, you're going to be waking up with fire. You're going to wake up with, like, scarcity that you have 6 months to live, but I got to live now.
I got to do what it takes.
I got to do whatever it takes to live. So that mindset makes people very present and able to live their life fulfilly. We're making up new words on the show.
There you go.
to live their life fulfilled.
In Philly.
In
Philly.
In Philly? Like from
Philadelphia.
Philadelphia, born and raised. So I looked at that and I thought, okay, most people act like they have unlimited time. That's why they are so comfortable. They could just do whatever and they think they got time to fix it.
True.
Right? That's really the feeling most people have. Newsflash. You don't. You don't have all the time in the world.
Dun, dun, dun.
You got about until 80 to 85, and that's healthy. You got until 80 to 85, and that's healthy. And I'm talking about if you're 20 years old, that means you have about 21,340 days left or so. That's not a big number. That's a 5-digit number. That's not a long. So when you become aware of how much time you really have, you start to get real. You start to stop wasting your time doing things that you think you should be doing because it's the right thing to do, and you start doing things that make you feel like you're fulfilled. And I do that. Like my entire obsession is I'm an extremist.
So you start doing productive things instead of busy things.
Exactly.
Got it.
Things that make you feel.
Yes.
Look, emotion is the only reason why you're alive.
100%.
You could be the most successful person by logistics. Like, it just makes sense, but you might not feel anything. This is why you'll meet a man or a woman who feels something for a guy or the opposite sex, and they're like, you know, nothing about me dating or wanting to be with this person makes sense, but I just want to. Have you ever had that? And also opposite, where you have all these. Have you ever had a woman or a man come into your life and you're just like, this person's perfect. Like, their family's great. Their family loves me. They live close to me. They make money. Like, they're supportive. Why the hell don't I feel anything for this person, right? Have you ever felt that? It's because emotion is the ultimate driver of human behavior. You need emotion.
100%.
You cannot do something if you don't feel
100%.
anything. So in my seminars, we focus. It's a full-day intensive seminar. And this seminar is very special because I'm collaborating with Marcos Mendoza, who is the founder of I'm Possible Performance Seminars. He was the lead instructor. He's the lead instructor in Startup Foundations, which is a company I'm a client of, where they help you build online automated systems and just really get your work out there without you having to put in all the time, right? And he also will be coming into performance award-winning speeches that has impacted over hundred thousands of people to date. And he will be showing people at my seminar how to build a practical income online using resources of today's world. And that's next to my entire system called MVP, which stands for moods, your views, your patterns, which I learned throughout the time after my crash up until now, all the things, the components that make you do what you do and why you do it and where it came from, the roots of it. So I'm an extremist, right? In my seminars, I like to think I help people just reach inside of them and rip out what's holding them back in life and really rip out what really matters. So we're going to be doing a dynamic duo of a seminar together where I'm going to tap into the psychology, the root cause of things, really how to make your training and your conditioning for your brain effective for you to produce the results you want. Because your brain's like a puppy, right? So like a puppy can pee all over the place. What are you going to do? Go up to the puppy and say, you have no respect for me. You're just inconsiderate peeing all over the place. Puppy's going to be like, what?
What's up with you?
Like, why are you so upset? I'm peeing just wherever I thought I had to pee. So the puppy's like your brain, right? It's just all over the place, doing whatever, like it just feels like it has to do because you haven't trained it yet. Once you start training the puppy, it starts peeing in the pad, and you do it by affecting it with fire to desire motives. I call them neuromotives, where you essentially attach feelings and emotions to things they do so that they get conditioned to it. So some people have messed up neuromotives where they'll be like, I really want to be successful and build a business, and that's like pleasure, and then it's like tons of pain is towards talking to people and really getting himself out there. Not gonna work. Right? So it's not gonna work. So there's so many conflicting neuromotives, and in my seminar we break it down, man. It's not your average seminar. You come in, it's going to be high energy. Yeah. It's going to, like, remember, I modeled Tony Robbins. I'm just like, he's my inspiration. Yeah. You think I'm going to do a normal seminar like a classroom? Nah, hell no. Like, people come in. My first seminar was 7 hours. I thought that was too short. There was so many people who came, they're like, I've never been able to sit down for 7 hours. One specific guy, he's like, I'm a bodybuilder. I have to eat every 3 hours, and I have lower back pains. But I have no idea after 7 hours, I don't feel anything. Yeah. So that's the kind of energy I bring to the game, where people just feel stimulated constantly, and they don't feel tired, and just from water and like maybe a snack bar. So it's definitely possible. I went through it for 4 days, and that's what we do in my seminar, man. We break into the psychology, your MVP system. How do you become the MVP of your life, of your business, of your family, the most valuable person? Yeah. And that's by making effective training and conditioning patterns in yourself that produce the results you want. So that's the seminar. And if you actually buy a ticket to the seminar, the ticket's only $59, covers costs and all that whatnot. But if you actually buy a ticket to the seminar, I give you access to my 60-minute morning method. 60-minute morning method. We have over 45 students now in the program. We have 7 a.m. morning mastery calls. People wake up for 15 minutes. They hear me on the other side of the phone. So imagine you're starting your day.
Going at it.
Just like I'm there. I'm like, okay, here's the strategy for the day. You go make the rest of your day the best of your day, right? Yeah. And I have a 4 video program series where I break down 60 minutes into 20-minute segments, and I teach what I've been doing for over 3 years now since around the crash I actually started because I wanted to get myself out of my comfort zone and conquer fear. Yeah. I teach how you get your physical, mental, and emotional moods to their peak right in the first 60 minutes of waking up, because the first 60 minutes of waking up determines the rest of your day.
Huge.
So I have all these people, people throwing away coffee in the mornings now because of this. People that are waking up with energy. I got a girl in Southeast Asia in Brunei City who's like, I never go early to work and I'm 15 minutes early today. Thank you so much. Wow. Like, stuff like that, right? Yeah. So accountability is huge. You get morning mastery calls. We have the actual video series where you do, you get PDFs and sheets. I put so much work into it so you can learn how to optimize your mornings. So you get that for free when you come to the seminar as well. So it's cool. It's a lot of value I'm giving out. Like, I want to impact so much, and the reciprocity in the long term will obviously be there. But that's the Reborn experience, right? So this one's going to be with Marcos Mendoza. It's going to be one hell of a show.
And when is that?
It's on April 29th, so it's next Saturday. In North York, off 401 in Victoria Park. Okay. It's at the Radisson Hotel. Okay. Yeah, so what I can do is I could post a link in the comment section. Absolutely. So anyone who wants to check it out, they can read about it on the Eventbrite. And you'll get, once you get a ticket, you get emailed all the courses for the 60-minute morning method as well.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that link as well. I'm going to post it up on my page. Cool. We'll post it up on the Carib 101 page as well, so that people who, wherever they are, they can get to see it. And if they want to get on there, get on there. We got Jonathan Andrews saying, still feel that way, brother. We got Yang Novello. You know him?
Yes. No, we've had a call together. We yet to work together still, but he's a very cool guy. I met him at an insurance company, Combined.
Yeah, Combined Insurance.
Yeah. He's one of the reps there. He's a cool guy.
I know Yang very well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, do you?
I know him.
How do you know?
I know him. We used to do a company together.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Yang, man. Yang.
Yang's a man.
Crazy.
Awesome. He's so funny. He's an awesome guy. You got to meet him in person.
I have.
You have?
So I went and performed for his entire team there.
Okay.
Yeah, like 30 or 40 agents. And so cool. We met there. That was cool.
Nice. So, is there anything else that you want to let us know that you're doing at the moment?
So that's really 60-minute morning method is it, and the Reborn experience is on Saturday, April 29th. I'm dropping a video tonight at 7:30 p.m.
Nice.
With Marcos.
Can I share that?
Of course, yeah.
Nice.
It's the video explaining to you how the seminar is going to look.
Okay.
It's gonna be insane. I mean, you should just put aside 5 minutes at 7:30, 7:25, just to be ready to watch the video. It is incredible, and it's going to give you, the fire you need to see if you want to make the choice to come. I got people from Texas flying out to come to the seminar, right? So all over. It's
guys, we've had Marcos Mendoza on the show here. Yeah. Okay. We've now had Armin Shafee on the show. I know these two guys. You put them together, and I know both of them bring a lot of energy. Okay, a lot of energy, a lot of know-how.
Yes.
A lot of the how-tos.
Practical.
A lot of this is what you have to do, because there's so many people out there who are suffering like, yeah, but I don't know I want to, but I don't know how to.
Yeah.
Because so many times books are read and stuff like that. It's like, well, how do I implement this in my life? Because everybody's individual, everybody's different, but there are certain fundamentals that are exactly the same, inherent within each one of us, that are these key trigger points that change things, that create a reaction.
Absolutely.
Okay? Because the only way that you're going to get action is to create that reaction, is to make it happen. And once it happens, you are going to have a sense of belief at the event. Let me talk you. You're going to walk into this event in faith.
Yes.
You're going to stand there. You're going to learn the how-to. You're going to experience it at the event, and you're going to walk out a different person with belief because you experience it. You're like, I know I can.
Incredible.
That's going to be the difference.
I don't know if anyone's ever told you this, but you have an incredible radio voice.
Thank you so much.
Just incredible.
My mother told me that.
It's beautiful. Count me in as the listener. It's amazing. Isn't it amazing listening to this man's voice? It's just he was made for this. Wow.
Bro, I'm going to do a special one just for you.
Wow, man, that was good.
I'll be like, Armin, it is time for you to wake up and be the best you can be.
Wow. You got to do voice acting, man. That's great.
So, guys, is there something that you can leave our guests with? Just something, because we're going to get to a point in a moment. But if there's something that a word or something that's important that you feel that you can leave our listeners and our viewers with, that's of importance that can change their lives.
Something that I'm super angry, and anger to me is passion. I use anger for clarity.
Yes.
But I'm super passionate about, and you asked me this before the show started, and I already knew what I was going to say. And I'm going to look dead center to everyone watching right now.
Yeah.
Don't do what I did and what most people do, which is stay in the box that you're in because you feel like it's what you should be doing. If there's anything I'll leave you with, and it was like my last day here, and there was one thing I wanted to just leave as like this message, this ultimate message is this. Cut yourself out from everything that is not fulfilling you. Make the choice. If it is the job, if it is the relationship, even if it's the friends you're in, even if it's the family that is around, minimalize it with your family, and with everything else, cut it off. Make the choice to go from that to what truly fulfills you. Because I guarantee you it is not worth it to live the rest of your life doing things that you think you should be doing that don't feel right and don't feel fulfilled, don't feel fulfilling to you. Being a walking empty dead person at the age of 25 and being buried at 75 is not worth it. You're not useful to you. You're not useful to other people as well. So make a decision to get yourself out of whatever it is. Just make the choice. Who cares about the fear towards what might happen if I leave this job? What might happen to my business if I even give up my company because I'm not a part of it? Kiro is a big inspiration of mine. He started an HVAC company, and he's like, I wasn't feeling fulfilled, man. I was making money. I didn't care. I walked out and I did another business. And he left it to someone else. Get yourself out of whatever life situation you're in. If it's something you think you're stuck to, it's when you really have to get rid of it. When you feel like you can't leave that job, leave that business, leave that relationship, that's when you have to. Because that's how I felt until I had to make that turning point decision. I had to. Because I realized if I'm unfulfilled and empty and have no passion in my life, but I'm doing kind of good at something I'm good at because politically correct, it's like I have to be here. It's like, it's like it makes sense for me to have this business or this job. I'm going to die regardless. I'm already dead inside. So if there's anything I want to leave you with is make a choice to go find out what you love to do. And if you already know what you love to do, who gives a crap how it's going to work out? Just go do it because it's better for you to feel fulfilled. Because imagine you died any moment. It's way better for you to feel fulfilled doing what you love and then finding a way to monetize that than to keep living your life in this mediocre in between, too much pain or too much pleasure, right in the middle called mediocrity, just because you feel like it's politically correct to stay there. That it's just you're not crossing any boundaries. Cross the freaking boundaries. Because if you don't cross those boundaries, you're pretty much already dead. And you're not useful to anyone.
Wow.
I get super pumped about stuff like that, man.
Dude. That was so on point. You got me fired up.
Flame
bro.
on.
Flame on.
Flame on, baby.
Literally, wow. Guys, you heard it here. Words of wisdom. We just want to give you a shout out to Candice. Candy says, about your event, say, going to the last seminar changed my life.
Yeah, she was one of my guests.
Yeah? It absolutely changed her life. Jennifer says, voice is
Still amazing
amazing.
voice. I think she's talking about yours.
I think she's talking about mine. Daniel Guest says, ha ha ha, my mother told me. Ned says,
My mother's over you.
so thank you, Armin. Guys, this is huge. I mean, we've been so blessed by having this guy on this show today. The nuggets he's dropped, the passion that he has, and the energy that he has. You can tell this guy is truly all about everything he speaks about. He's about it, okay? And you know we can't let this show go without you kind of showing some of your skills.
Oh, God.
So for all of you guys listening, I had the pleasure of hearing Armin prior to doing the show rap. And I was like, this guy's pretty good. This guy's pretty good. He's got some skills. So I'm like, there's no way I can let you get off this show without having you. I mean, Marcus Mendoza came on and he just threw it down.
He's insane. He is a crazy freestyler.
He's crazy. He's crazy. But you're pretty crazy too.
We'll see.
So if you guys are listening in, we're going to throw down a beat, okay? And this is all down to you. You ready for this?
Let's show a piece of me that's never been seen before in the past.
Okay, guys, you heard it here first. It's an exclusive on the Breakthrough Show here on Carib 101 Radio. We have Mr. Armin Shafee about to break it down and show some of his skills. Let's make it happen. Yeah.
I can't believe I'm about to do this. Look. I'm a lyrical miracle. When I was young, I was so spiritual. My dedication is never ending, so it is spherical. I'm a warrior of God and I'm speaking literal. Devil try to speak, but I do not speak to the criminal. I'm a mineral, call me Mr. Diamond. I make my mama so proud, she's always freaking crying. No, I'm not lying, cause I'm smiling. You jealous cause you sign, and I went the extra milin'. You a servant, so go make me a sandwich. I don't understand why you don't understand English language. And after my words touch your ears, you're gonna need a new bandage. Can't handle my intelligence, that's why I left you abandoned. And started from the bottom, still working to the top. I'm a one-man band while other rappers getting bought. I aim for success and just keep on taking shots. Never settle for less, I'm only thinking of the top. And when I'm there, gonna look back on these low lives. Won't be surprised, cause they got no wife and no life, just a knife. And the diabolical idea of suicide, cause success requires dedication and he just couldn't provide.
Yay! Woo! He brought it down. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
He made it happen.
Wow.
Oh my God, brother. Bring it up.
Wow.
That was off the chain.
Wow.
Dude.
It's been a while. It's been a while.
That's been a while?
That's been a while.
So you're telling me you don't practice in the washroom?
No.
Okay.
No. I practice speeches in the washroom, man. I'm in the shower like doing seminars, but
Dude, that's
where
some of the best speeches come. But I gotta lay it down to you, bro. That was insane.
No
that
problem.
was
Thank
awesome, man. You dropped it down. You made it happen. That was amazing. So thank you for dropping that. And guys, listen to the replay. You want to check out those lyrics? It was amazing. So first of all, I just want to thank you, Armin, for coming in. For agreeing to come in your crazy hectic schedule, for coming in, spending some time, dropping some major nuggets, bringing the energy, and getting some information, some well-deserved knowledge out there to the listeners, because this is going to keep on going on and going on. And, you know, I always turn around and say that if it touches one person, if it changes somebody, okay, it's made something huge. So there's going to be people who are going to connect with you, who are going to be like, I love this guy. I love what he stands about. I love what he's about. I need to get back to him. I need to talk to him. I need him to coach me. I need to get at his events. How can people get back to you? How can they follow you? How can they do what?
If they find me on my Facebook, just at Armin Shafee, the best way to contact me, because I love speaking to people on Facebook, is just on my Facebook. Like, message me directly.
Okay.
Pretty much that's the best way to contact me, because I'll send you back voice notes, man. I'll like get real personal. So,
yeah, 100%.
I love to talk to people. My Facebook is Armin Shafee, pretty much ArminShafee. So Shafee like taffy.
Nice.
But that's how it's
Shafee and
pronounced.
Taffy.
But yeah, it's Shafee, 1 F, 2 E's for the people who are listening in.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, great. So catch him on his Facebook page. We will throw up a link to his Facebook page as well, so you guys can find it easier just to get to him, because this guy's going to be blowing up and you want to get as much knowledge as you can. But more importantly, get onto his morning calls. Get onto those morning calls. Start your morning off right.
Yeah, no,
morning mastery calls. Get that going off. But also show up at the event. If you want your life to be changed, if you're looking for something different, if you're in a place where you're not happy, if you know that something needs to change in your life, show up at this event.
That's it.
Hear what they have to say and absorb it and let it enter you. And as I say, go in faith. Don't go with knowledge, go in faith.
Right.
Be changed by experience and come out with belief.
I just want to thank you, man. It's been an honor to be on your show. It's been an honor to be impacted. This is my second radio show now. First one was for Ria's.
Nice.
So I just want to thank you, Brandon. I love your energy. I love your voice. And it was in due time, man. It was due time. I did my best to come out, and honestly, it was worth it. I could say that.
Thank you. I appreciate that, brother. Well, we're going to get you on another time, right?
For sure.
Man, you got to do round two. I think there's so much to this guy that it's like we just literally scratched the surface. It's huge. So thank you for coming on the show.
For sure.
Guys, I just want to thank you for listening. And we went over a little bit above, but you can understand why. So I want to thank you for listening into the show today. It was very, very impactful. I know I'm going to be listening to this again. But, you know, if you got something out of this, I'm going to ask you to do something. Go ahead and share this. Because if you found value in it, even if you didn't find value in it, there's somebody else out there who is looking to hear this information, to get this knowledge. There may be something in here, a nugget of information that can change somebody's life. So please go ahead, share this out, let other people listen to it so they can catch what is being said and they can show up at the event, find their way back to Armin, or listening to the show more, or whatever it is to help them change their life. Because this is what this show primarily is about giving people, equipping them with tools and tips on how to change their lives, okay? So guys, once again, do something today that makes your tomorrow amazing, okay? And remember, there's no such thing as one day. Make today day one. Thank you so much. We'll catch you same time, same place, next week, 11 a.m. EST time on The Breakthrough Show on Carib 101 next Monday. Take care. God bless. Bye-bye.
You want to see and witness what pure sports and competition is like. When you come to Special Olympics, get involved because it's about choices and chances. The choice is yours to help or not help. The chance is that the Special Olympics athletes deserve a chance to compete. Without your help, that chance is hard to come by.
Special Olympics Ontario would like you to get involved. Go to Peel Games 2000.